So let's take a look at our second principle, which is open-close principle, also open to extension and closed to modification. So that means for any classes, you should be able to extend it, but you should not go ahead and modify the existing class. So let's take a look at the example. Now we have this post already, and we have our program. Now there comes another requirement. Let's say if the post is longer than 30 character, save it as a multimedia post and not just a regular post. So if this character is its length is more than 30 character, then we don't want to save it as a regular post. We want it as a multimedia post. So let's say for that we want to create something called multimedia. Okay, so let's make it a string, and this will be our mm post. So okay, so anything greater than 30 character we want to store in the post, not this post. So let's go to our database and let's see what we can do over here. So it's gonna be like kind of same method like this. So let's just copy and paste this. So instead of add post, we want to make it add post, and we'll just do it over here. So right now these two methods are identical. So let's just tweak it a little bit. So what I want to do is whenever we are adding a regular post, we want to make our post as and not na. Okay, so that like we are clear. So and whenever we are adding post, we want to make the post as an na and our post actually a post. All right. So after that, we want to print it too. So let's do it post, and it is coming from database post. Okay. So let's go to our main file, not main file, but actually our post file. So over here, what we can do is we can just check it, like if post.length is greater than 30, then store it as post. Okay. Otherwise, store it as a regular post. Okay. And in our main program file, we can just create a longer post. Okay. So let's see. Hello, this is my third post, and this should be my multimedia post. I believe this is greater than 30. Maybe. Let's check it out. Okay, let's run it. Alright, so yep, it is greater than 30. And the first one and second one, it is less than 30, so it is storing it as a post and post as not available. Similarly, the third post is greater than 30, so it is not storing at a post, but it is instead storing it in a post. So if we go take a look in our file, we should see the same thing. Yep. So everything is working correctly. But we are not following our second principle. Like we said over here, any classes should be open to extension, but they should be close to the modification. That means like we can't go inside this class and start modifying and writing a bunch of code again. So we are violating our open-close principle. So we can actually fix it by extending this post class. So this class should be easily extendable. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna copy this and leave it as it is, and I'm gonna just cut it out. So this class should be as it is. We don't want to modify this, but instead we want to extend this. So what I'm gonna do is I will create a new class and I'll call it mmpost. And this class will actually extend our post. Alright. Okay, so let's go and create a method for this class. So what I'm gonna do is public new, and our method name was create post, and we were passing like a database. Let's resolve this and let's call it a rename. Let's rename it as a DB, and this is what we are passing. So we'll have all the logic over here actually. So if post is greater than 30, call this method. Otherwise, we want to call our base class. So instead of that, we'll just call this method from our base class, which is coming from the post. Alright, so if we go and take a look at the post, this class is as it is. We are in comply with both of the principle, and we are extending this class into our mmpost. So we are following our second principle. And now if we go to our program class, since we are now extending our post to our mmpost, let's just change it to our mmpost, and this mmpost too. Okay, so if we run this, yep, everything is fine, and we are in comply with our second principle too. So this class is open to extension and is close to modification.